Well, I was sent to Malaysia fairly late on in the exodus of boat people from Vietnam. And the issue was, why were so many coming? And why was there such a common formula as to how they came, in the same kind of boats, with the same kind of characters in charge of the boats? There seemed to be a bit of a racket going on. And we went up to the China Sea coast of Malaysia in the north. And the problem, of course, was that the Malaysians were very hostile to the boat people. They resented them coming because they were worried about the population balance in Malaysia. They were worried that they'd be overrun by ethnic Chinese. And because the balance between ethnic Chinese and Malays is very tender. So we went up, and of course we found that every time a boat landed, people were arrested and taken off to UN camps on islands like Pulau Bedong. And so we realized that we had to go out into the China Sea to intercept one of these boats and somehow talk to people on them and find out what was going on. And that's what we did. We went out in a fishing smack and saw a boat, and it was just as easy as that. You would go out, you wouldn't be out for more than a few hours, and you would see a boat on the skyline. You go towards it, and we got to the boat and we boarded it. About 300 people on a 30-foot boat. I mean, absolutely swarming with people. And no sooner were we on the boat than our fishing smack disappeared. He was terrified that they would jump off onto his boat and sink it. So we stayed on the boat, and this is my one kind of encapsulation of what I think was a complete commonality. And that was that there were indeed racketeers, that everybody on the boat had given every stick of jewellery, gold, even their fillings, to pay for the trip. And they had been told that when they got to Malaysia, they would get American passports and they would be facilitated to go to California. And everybody believed that that was going to happen. And they said, what's the best thing for landing? Where should we land? I had no idea. I mean, except that we'd seen other boats coming in, and that the one thing you should do is to ensure that nobody could push your boat back out again. So I said the best thing would be to ram the shore, burn out the engines, and make sure you just can't push the boat out again. And we arrived off the coast of Malaysia. They blew the engine out, ferocious, threw the accelerator into absolute maximum and hit the shore at a tremendous pace, but they didn't manage to run it aground. The engine was burnt, and the people on the shore, who were Malays, pushed us back out again, and we turned sideways to the waves that were coming in. And the problem was we were the only people who could swim. So we suddenly realized we would be human buoyancy bags. People would hang on to us and we would sink. And so anyway, I jumped into the sea, my cameraman jumped into the sea, and we pulled ropes to get it back in again. And we told everybody to jump and get off onto the shore as quickly as they could. There were very, very angry Malay mobs on the shore. They pinned me and my cameraman down, beat us up. They beat up a lot of the people who came in. And then the police arrived, and then the UN arrived, and everybody was taken away, and we were locked up. We were rescued by the British consul, but they were rescued by nobody. And of course, there was no American ambassador there, there were no passports, and there was no route to California. Many of them stayed in Pulau Bedong in the big detention camp there for many, many years.